Good morning, everybody. Got doggies all over the place. Kept my dirty clothes out there in case parts come so I can work on the truck. House is a mess, as you can tell. I have my doggy mop right there just licking up the floor. I guess he likes the taste of dust. Watching the stock market. I got one stock, solar panel stock, that's driving me crazy. Everybody says don't sell it, but I don't quite know what to do with it. Now I don't know how to get back to my page. Let's see. Refed the birds. They're out there tweeting around. They're tweeting about things. I don't know what, but I don't read bird. Okay, it was this morning 6 degrees when I woke up at 6 a.m. and it's 25 now. I was asked, I gotta get the dogs to stay. Back, baby. Back. 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 Sheldon, back. Get back. Made it. Scared away the birds. I was asked why I put my filters in upside down, and it was really cold last night. Because hopefully with them upside down, it'll push water back down the hose when they get cold. There won't be so much pressure in there, and they won't fill up and break like they have in the past. There's one right there that's kind of like broken. That's all I really wanted to show you. But that's why I put them in upside down, and so far they haven't broke. I'm going to take all the fittings off of those, and just toss them out. But that metal one there, I got that from a Baumgar store. I think it's called Baumgar's in Rollins, and it's an oil filter, but it's got good filtration. So that'll pull all the big stuff out before it goes to the main filter there. And that's on my rainwater tank. Yesterday, I worked on the car. It's kind of nice out for 25 degrees. Yesterday, I worked on the car most of the day. And I've got 2 packages that are, I suspect they probably went to another planet because they're not here. I've got, I need to clean this up in here. Take some of the garbage to the dump. I need to clean this up. We decided, there's a screwdriver on the ground. I remember dropping it too. I decided with Sue the other day when she was here, I need to put all this stuff away. But from that post over, that's a 5-foot section. No, it was more than that. I don't remember. Over to that post, we're going to put in a floor in there. And all the way to the ceiling, maybe. We haven't really decided on that 100%. But we're going to put a shed in right there, that full length. And that way some of this stuff can get put away. I've got oil here that needs to go down into that there little hole. I changed the oil, changed the filter, did all kinds of stuff to the truck yesterday, and left the door open. So how dead is the battery? Very dead. Great. That's typical. Hang on just a second. But I have a battery charger, so I'll have to get that in here on it. If ain't one thing, it's another. I need to do that right away too, because I have to go to town and pick up one of the packages that is not lost. Hazards of living off grid. You just lose your marbles and nothing gets done the way it's supposed to. Anyhow, I just wanted to show you that so far. All I have coming today is another antenna for the ham radio stuff. These I just screw off when I want to change bands, and I put a different one on. This little container here has all but one ham band in it. I had maybe all but two. So it's got those antennas like this one broken down inside of here. That's a 40 meter antenna that's on the truck. This is a CB antenna, which if I use the tuner, it'll pick up all the bands, but not perfectly. And this is an 80 meter antenna, 75 meter for voice. But that's where I'm at. I went to town to see if they would put my tie rod ends on for me, and they would. And just charge me the labor at Big O. But I thought the alignment was free because I bought the tires there. They'll check the alignment, but the alignment's not free. That costs $179. So I'll get them. I'll put those on, get it aligned as close as I can. Have to do some measurements before I do that, and then I'll take it in and have it done. Have to wait until payday though. I'm broke. I need to clean up around here, get some of this stuff picked up and chopped up, and take it back to Colorado for Sue to use in her fireplace. I'd like to keep some here because we've talked about installing a fireplace, a wood stove, and it's not a bad idea at all. Yesterday, the wind hit about 90 million miles an hour. I mean, I saw birds flying backwards and all kinds of stuff. I couldn't let the dogs out because they'd blow away. And I was actually getting 5 amps out of that, the windmill. I've never seen 5 amps come out of it before. It's usually setting at 3 maximum. But it was really, really spinning and really noisy too. I could hear it. I do need to isolate it a little bit better from the house because that did get kind of loud. Going in the garage, you could hear it in the garage, but you couldn't hear it so much in the house. So I need to do my isolation just a little bit better on that. That's a summer project. It's 20-something degrees out here right now. It was windy, no doubt about it. But the shed held up, everything held up. My firing range is still standing up out there. Nothing blew away. Sue's bird feeder, I had to take it down and set it on the porch because it was kind of like a wind gauge, the one that stands straight out. But anyhow, I just wanted to show you that I put those in upside down, and hopefully the pressure will relieve itself and go down into the hose. This hose being PEX, it'll swell up before it breaks with any luck. Something else I should probably do is check to see if there's any water in there. I might just I'll do that right now. It's probably frozen. I wanted to see if there's any water in there. I guess I'll have to take everything apart because this is froze. But, okay, I'm going to get busy, see what I've got. Y'all have fun now. Okay, the tank here, the rainwater tank, is about half full. I don't know if you can see down there or not. The lens is dirty, so what's new? But it's, oh, it says 150 gallons, 125 gallons. So that's what I've got in there right now. I want to redo that so I don't have to take the damn thing halfway apart to work on it. I want to put my inlet there and just buy a new lid if I have to and set on there so I don't have to take the whole thing apart to do it. I just haven't done it yet. And there is a pretty good layer of ice on that. Now the reason, this is buried 3 feet down into the ground, 3 or more. And the reason you do that is to keep the bottom part of the tank from freezing. You can see down in there it's all ice. Well, you could if the lens wasn't filthy. It's all ice down in there. Put this back on so the birds don't poop in it. So that's about half full. There wasn't anything in it when I left last time, so we've got 125 gallons of water. I need more than that, but I'd like to have it full. I'll wait a few hours, see if this thaws, and pump that over. Might have to wait a couple of days to do that, because it is frozen. So, 25 degrees, what do you expect? Now that says it's 50. The backyard gauge says 25, and I'm going to believe the backyard gauge. Talk about air temperature, and that's in the sun. It gets pretty warm on the porch. So anyhow, back to work. I might pull the game cam out and get some pictures off of that. Bob walked right through here the other day. It's a pretty good picture, pretty good video. Back to work. Okay, I've talked about it a lot of times. We got that redone up there so it's a straight shot. Water can't set in that now. Had a clear hose on it like this, and it was gross. And that's the same thing I want to do up here, is take this apart and put in this kind of hose, but I want to put them here. I want to get rid of this, just put them right here. I might just hook those together or something so that the bugs can't get in. I could probably put them out here on the side also if I needed to. Somewhere where they're out of the way. Not going to trip over them and tear stuff up and all that neat stuff. This is only, that I know of, this has only turned itself on by itself maybe twice since we built it. But I'm not getting the volume of rainwater, but the problem was the first time the cows didn't put the fence up, and we caught it on video. The cows came out here and tore that all to heck, and we were watching on the webcam. I actually was watching when it happened, and all I saw was a big stream of water coming out here, and it was a full tank, and it was gone. It just went right out here on the ground. And then we had this hose, which I still want to replace. I want to get that rotated around and just kind of build a straight up shot over so that'll just flow right back down in of the solid white like that. get a little bit better volume and stuff. But we have wasted water a couple of times out here. I could not figure out why that wasn't getting any fuller than about right here, even with all the rains. And it was because it was cut right about there. I mean, it was cut. And Sue came down here and said she could see water dripping from right here. And she thought it was that fitting. Well, I came out and I thought it was that fitting. So I replaced the fitting and it was still leaking. Well, I grabbed a hold of it and noticed it was wet right here and got to feeling up and I could feel the cut just right in there. Kind of a bummer, but we got it fixed. That's all that counts. And now you keep the electric fence up no matter what. The electric fence, if it's shorted, I can hear it on the ham radio inside the house. So if it's down or anything anywhere, I can hear the tick, tick, tick on the ham radio. And I know. But the antenna out there is off-center fed, 160 to, it works all the way to 6 meter. I've tried it. But it's withstood the wind. I have not had any issues with it. I mean, it was blowing. I looked out here and these things look like flags flying in the wind. I'm going to take them back down, take all this back down and paint it. I want to paint it blue or gray so that you can't see them. That'll camo them up pretty good. And I could probably also go up. They're supposed to be up 30 feet, but these are up about 22 feet, roughly. And that'll help my bandwidth. Enough ham radio stuff. Yeah, right. This one here is one that I'm kind of working on. I haven't done anything to it in a while. But I'm going to make where the antennas are, there'll be a bar come out, and then I'll put verticals. There'll be a radiator and a counterpoise on each, and I can put 6 bands. I'm figuring I can put 6 bands on that and have myself a vertical system, and that'll work. I just haven't done it yet. I have all the parts to do it, but it's either been windy, or I've been lazy, or I just didn't want to do it. Then had something else to do. But that's the plan for that. Plus I need to get it further out. It will be in the same vicinity as the long wire, but probably down there, about where that tree is. It's right in front of us. And I'll need 200 feet of coax. I don't have 200 feet of coax. I bought a 2 meter base. I'm not really into 2 meter radio, but I bought a 2 meter radio. I can't decide if I want to build it here, just leave it here in the house, or put it in the truck. I have my APRS radio in the truck, so I don't really know that I need anything else. There's no room in the truck. And oh yeah, the truck. I better... Okay, battery's charging. Let's give it 30 minutes. And come out here and get in there and probably have to head to the post office. It's just using the generator. I did just discover that you can't leave cables laying on the ground because the vermin eat them. good extension cord's got holes in it. So don't do that. Back to work. Y'all have fun now.